Though Roos Theory live. What's up? Let's talk some boxing. Didn't know I was gonna be going live, but I'm live. There's a lot of light in here. There's a lot of light. Maybe I can sit right here. Let's talk some pugilism, y'all. I did a video earlier about Lennox Lewis. He did an interview talking about Anthony Joshua has to make some drastic changes in his rematch with Daniel Dubois, or he said the fight will be the same and easier for Daniel. I gotta agree with him. Some changes have to be made, mainly spiritual. But it's not like Anthony Joshua's a bad fighter. There were some things going on that night that he probably has no clue of, or he heard about it and didn't pay much attention to it. But he's going to have to go out there with a different game plan. He's going to have to keep his hands up. He's going to have to fight discipline. And he can't let the roughhouse tactics of Daniel Dubois shake him and rattle him. He can't let the elbows and the headbutts get to him. Daniel kept putting his forearm in his throat, and next time he has to respond with putting a forearm. Well, nah, I can't say that because I don't want to sound like I'm condoning illegal tactics, because I'm not, but he's got to just impose his will. If you don't impose your will against Daniel Dubois, he's going to walk right over you. And all the times they sparred, I'm pretty sure he knows that much, but I don't know, maybe in the heat of battle, you forget these things. What's going on with you? See J. Roos Theory live and direct. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just chilling late night. J. Roos Theory after dark. But I'm a child of the light. But really excited to hear that Wardley might be fighting Daniel Dubois. I thought it was Joseph Parker at first, based off what trainer James Bashir told me, but I'm hearing that the IBF cleared for Daniel Dubois and Wardley to get it popping. So we'll see what happens with that. Look forward to it. That would be an action-packed fight. Shout out to Kurt from Counterpunch Boxing News. I think he did a video about Daniel talking about what he's going to do to Wardley, so I got to check that out. Daniel's a real confident guy, and, you know, can you blame him for being confident? The dude beat Hergovich, stopped him, no one else has. Stopped Jarrell Miller, no one else has. No one stopped AJ like that in the 5th round, so he's looking pretty tough right now. Come on in, y'all. Hit that thumbs up on the way in or on the way out. If you wish to donate to the platform, the Cash App is $JROOS33. Support the platform. Support your dude, J. Roos Theory. Nothing like boxing talk late night, huh? I want to see that interview too that Andre Ward did with Devin Haney. I read some of the comments though. That's one reason I wasn't too eager to see it, because they pretty much said that Andre Ward was throwing softball questions at Devin Haney. Sometimes in an interview, you got to kind of do that just so you don't scare them off from future interviews, or scare off another fighter from wanting to come in. So you got to kind of mix up the questions, throw in some softball questions and then throw some hard ones. But it shouldn't be just all softball questions or it's going to look slanted. You know what I mean? But I never used to like Andre Ward's takes on Anthony Joshua. Never thought much of those takes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm live right now. Hopefully the sound in the background don't get me flagged. Zilly Zane versus Martin Bacoli, Joseph Parker versus Akabayel, Dillian White versus Jarrell Miller on the same card would be great. You ain't lying. Shout out to you, Adore. You ain't lying. That would be a great card. And Mr. Turkey's not charging too much for these cards either. Not charging too much for these cards. Like, $20 is doable. $20 is definitely doable. He said that would cut down on illegal streaming. So, yeah. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming through on this late night. Where you at, Adore? What part of the world you in right now? Roos Theory After Dark. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Tell a friend. You're in London, England. That's what's up. Shout out to London, England. Love my people over the pond. Love y'all. Thanks for coming through, man. You've been a loyal dude. If y'all want to follow me on IG, it's Jonathan Roos 619. Adore, you already follow me on there. I follow you back. So appreciate you, man. Roos coming live and direct. See what's going on. What else is going on in the boxing world right now? Let's see. Don't know who's next for Jarrell Miller. Why do you guys keep saying Zane versus Bacoli? Zane doesn't want any of that. Bacoli smoke him. I'm telling you, hey man, you might be right. You might be right. What do you think about Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley? Man, I think that's a great fight, man. I think that's an excellent fight. I kind of favor Wardley just a little bit for some reason, but it's going to be a war. I don't think it'll be a quick stoppage either. Both guys are feeling pretty confident, I'm sure, after their victory, so it'll be a great fight. You'll get your money's worth. Who you got in that fight, Adore? I kind of favor Wardley. Both guys got some great combos, though, and both guys got a great chin on them, so could go either way. Shout out to all my comrades out there. Andrew Tucker World, DT3, the Boom Man, Counterpunch Boxing News with K Rock Kurt. Shout out to him. Shout out to Showbiz, the Adult Boxing Wave, Mr. Boxing Today too. Chris Jones, Pump Chasers. Shout out to all the people boxing on the edge. You're boring the bunker. Maybe best men win if the fight happens next. May the best man, yeah, man. May the best man win indeed. So if If Daniel Dubois will probably be fighting Fabio Wardley, I wonder what's next for Joseph Parker, man. Says, I hope it is Wardley as well. Yeah, man, Wardley would be. And this dude is looking like one of them throwback heavyweights from the '90s that could just take a punch and keep coming forward, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Fabio Wardley. And he's going against the grain. He's showing you don't have to do everything in a cookie cutter fashion. You don't have to have 300 fights in an amateur career to be a great professional. It's just not needed. That's especially at heavyweight. You don't want all that wear and tear on your chin and on your body. This is a rough sport. It's a blood sport. Shout out to Van Dam. But appreciate y'all coming through. My Q&A that I tried to do the other day had some technical difficulties. Thunders Production says, what's up, Jay Roos? What's up with you, man? Thanks for coming through. Just talking a little boxing with my pugilism planet. Talking Dubois and Wardley, probably going to get it on shortly. And, talking about what's next for Jarrell Miller. What's next for Joseph Parker. Martin versus Caballero will be interesting. Yeah, man, I would favor Caballero in that, though. Martin is a lot tougher than I originally had given him credit for, though. He's a different fighter now. He had Anderson in some serious trouble in that last round. Some serious trouble. We had never seen Anderson hurt like that before until Charles Martin connected. So you can't take nobody lightly in the heavyweight division. Dudes are too big, too strong, too fast. But yeah, I would like to see. Just Caballero is really impressing me, man. I like the way he goes to the body. He doesn't seem to be slightly intimidated by a guy's look or by his boxing record. He just comes in there like, what? You know, it's a lot of. This is a stacked heavyweight division. This is one of the best heavyweight eras that I've seen. Me and trainer James Bashir were talking about that offline. We were talking about how the heavyweight division is really stacked, really stacked. My favorite fighters, of course, Anthony Joshua, Usyk, Tyson Fury, um, Wardley. Who else in the heavyweight division? Not a Dubois guy, just not for a lot of reasons. I like Hergovich, like his sense of humor. The lower divisions, Terrence Crawford's my guy right there. Gotta love Terrence Crawford. I still say he beat the brakes off Canelo. But Canelo's holes out there might feel a little different. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's Jonathan Roos 619. The Cash App is $JRoos33. When it dropped Anderson, he followed with 3 punches as he left hand thing. Respect for Caballero. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I give Wardley a shot versus Dubois. Yeah, man. Wardley seems to be a different type of dude. It's rare to see a heavyweight take punches so well. I haven't seen him wobble. I'm not saying that Frazier Clark is the hardest punching heavyweight in the world, but he's a big dude, and for Wardley to just take them shots and eat them up and keep coming forward says a lot about his mindset. Taking punches really has to do with a fighter's mind. If you got a weak mind, what's going to keep you up when you get hurt? That's why fighters like Lomachenko and Usyk seem to not just train their body, but they train their minds. A lot of fighters don't do that. But working out consistently, keeping your body in shape, in a sense, that is training your mind because it's teaching you discipline. So, in a sense, it is, but you got to work on the spirit. Your spirit is more real than your flesh. The spirit world was here first, so I advise everyone to look to Yahweh, Yeshua. Not ashamed of the name Yeshua. Wardley is bigger than I thought, and he's fast. Yeah, me too. I didn't know Wardley was that big, and he is pretty fast, man. I don't even know if David Adelaide wants a rematch. He might say it, but does he really want a rematch? Because he got beat down. Yeshua is king, Thunder's Productions. I agree. Maine. A lot of people say amen, but it's amen. Absolutely. Yeshua's king. He's sovereign of sovereigns and the master of masters, and the sovereign of sovereigns. Every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. You can't run from it. So that's what it is. When you roll with the Most High, you're fearless. But what's some other fights I would like to see besides depending on how this Fury Usyk fight goes, man, you never know if we get a third fight with that. I still don't really know who to pick in that because I thought Fury did an all right job until that round where he was getting knocked to every corner of the ring. So I don't know who to pick yet. I'm gonna have to see as we get closer. I'm gonna have to see how they're talking, how they're looking, how the training's going. But I'm looking forward to that. And all the platforms that I mentioned out there, go check them out. Go check them out. J Roos in the building. The J Roos Theory After Dark. Out and about. Thought I'd go live and talk to the pugilism planet out there. What do you guys think about how the heavyweights look nowadays as compared to the old days, like in the Foreman days, like physically? Tim Witherspoon would be a very good boxing trainer for Frazier Clark. Hey, man, you're on to something. Yeah, actually, that would be a very good trainer for Frazier Clark. You should get Lennox Lewis and Tim Witherspoon in there to teach him some things. Because Frazier Clark just went in there and ran over him like, I don't care what you're doing tonight. Tonight's my night. And he handled his business like a professional. And Frazier Clark has a warrior's mindset because he wants to come back and prove himself. He's not ducking no smoke. And I'm sure once he gets all his health back, I was surprised he could talk. His jaw's not wired. And not sure if that dent or whatever it appeared to be is still there or not, but looks like he's ready to get back in the mix of things and prove a lot of people wrong that are writing him off. Devin Haney could learn a thing from that. You don't take a fighter to court, you pay him back in the ring. Now, if you're having trouble getting the fighter in the ring, you take him to court like Lennox Lewis did Hassan Rockman. I keep saying that. Some fighters are too heavy for their own good. Some should come in lighter. I believe that too, like with Zhang. I don't think Zhang needs to be 280. I think he's more effective in 270 ish range. Might not sound like much, but when you're that heavy, a pound or two can make you sluggish. So that's something I agree with. I agree with that big time. And sometimes a fighter comes in heavy, feeling like it'll help him absorb the punches better to the body and to the chin. But that's more about mindset to me than weight. The weight helps for taking a punch, but it can also hurt you when it comes to fatigue unless you're used. Excuse me, unless you're used to carrying around that much weight, because sparring in the gym is a big difference than fighting on a main event with no headgear, smaller gloves, the crowd, the TV cameras can be shocking to the system if you're not mentally prepared for it. Man. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up though. Make sure you donate to the J Roos Theory. Cash App, $J Roos 33. Support the platform if you will. Jarrell Miller wants to get AJ before AJ fights Dubois. Jarrell Miller wants that payday, and he wants to show the world what he thinks he would have done to AJ before Ruiz got to him. I still favor AJ versus Miller because Miller, just as big as he is, you would think he hits a lot harder. But like I said in a video that I put out today, he wears you down with a volume of punches. He's not a one punch guy. He just wears you out with his size. I'm still impressed with Jared Anderson's talent and heart. Also, Bacoli at 275, way better than 285. Yeah, Bacoli's got to watch his weight because he did get beat by Michael Hunter. And Michael Hunter said that if he fought Bacoli again, it would be even easier this time. So he's feeling pretty confident against Martin Bacoli should he rematch. These heavyweights are big now. I don't quite know what their diets are, but a lot of them don't look as fit as AJ and Dubois, and Frank Sanchez looks fit, and a couple others. Brian Bomack and his team would be a very good boxing trainer for Jared Anderson. Yeah, I like Bomack, man. Yeah, I'm really digging Bomack. AJ would stop Jarrell, in my opinion. The trash talk would be funny, yeah, man. The trash talk would be off the charts. I'm sure they would start where they left off, man. Both guys would be talking about how the other guy stopped. And Jarrell Miller can't really talk about how AJ got stopped because he got stopped too. So, but Jarrell Miller's gonna say, I didn't come off my feet though. Yeah, well, you still got TKO, KO, whatever, you got stopped. And you got humbled too because you talked all that trash and Dubois wasn't having it. So, yeah. J Roos Theory in the building. I'm live right now in an undisclosed location, man, The J Roos Theory is live and direct. Ignore all the noise in the background. Hope I don't get flagged for that because it's not my fault. I missed that. What does that say? Miller comes in at 290, and he can make it hard for AJ. Yeah, man. Miller's got to get out of the 300s, man. There's no more benefit of that. When he was weighing like 300 and some, it was because, from what I understand, the illegal drugs he was on would use his fat to burn it and turn it into energy. So he would come in at these real high weights and it would help him during the fight. So if you come in at like 330, that helps him because it's burning all that fat and giving him energy. Because even AJ was like, I was watching his fights, like, how's this big dude not getting tired? And it's like the 12th round. Like, what's he on? So that was a crazy strategy, but it looked like it was working for Big Baby. And now that he's clean, um, he doesn't seem to be hurting people as much. And he's looking fitter than he has been recently, though. Guys talking about out there. I'm gonna have to start doing more late night live streams. Call it the J Roos Theory After Dark. You know what I'm saying? Just think, if Mr. Turkey hadn't got involved in boxing, we still wouldn't be getting these fights that we're seeing right now. We wouldn't be getting them, and we still be frustrated talking about what if, and is can Fury beat Usyk, and Usyk beat Fury? Well, now we know. Fury knows too, because he's kept talking about this middleweight can't hurt me, and that middleweight was beating him all around that ring. What was that, the ninth round? So I guess Usyk was like, "You gonna learn tonight, man. You gonna learn tonight." I seen Jarrell was being trained by Antonio Tarver. Yeah, I saw that too. Jarrell's good, nice guy actually. Yeah, he seems pretty nice. Talks a little bit much for my taste though. I heard Jarrell Miller versus Derek Chisora next. Could be. Could be. I favor Jarrell Miller in that fight. Derek Chisora just isn't busy enough. He's not busy enough to stop someone like Jarrell Miller. I think that pressure would get to him. Jarrell Miller versus Joe Joyce would be an interesting fight. We keep forgetting about Joe Joyce because he's not looking too great in his last couple fights. He's not looking too great in his last couple fights. And nobody wants to see Joe Joyce get hurt because he's such a likable guy, man. Class act. I was surprised Chisora beat Joe Joyce. I was too. KO Chisora for Miller. Like to see that. Hell yeah. Yo, Jay Roos, what up? Emmanuel Broderick's in the building. What's up to you, man? Jay Roos Theory After Dark. Yeah, yeah. Undisclosed location, man, you know? Jamaican rude boy every time. Wagwan. Seen? Second. Oh, oh, oh. Man, I used to go to so many reggae shows back in the day. Don't agree with their belief system, but I like the way they harmonize and I like the music. I hope they don't do a Derek Chisora Joe Joyce too. I didn't want to see the first one. I am Ivan Drago, fighter from Soviet Union. Rocky Ford trailer. Go check that out. See how I just sounded like him. Who wins Fabio Wardley versus Martin Bacoli? Ooh, I gotta think about that one. I gotta think about that one, man. Because Wardley can take a punch, but I don't know if he can take a Bacoli punch. Martin Bacoli's punch is just a little different. Him and Zane can crack your skull cap. You know what I'm saying? It can crack your skull cap. Got that music playing in the background. I'll try to mess with the YouTube. It's just in the background. No copyright stuff. Fair use, fair use. It's Jay Roos. You couldn't hang in a noose. Call a truce. Make you stagger like you drank some Grey Goose. That's a tough one. I got to think about that. It's me and the wifey chilling. We chilling. Fury versus Dubois is tough, man, because I know Dubois could definitely put Tyson Fury down. Just about everybody puts Fury down. So I don't know. I got to think about that. I still want to see Usyk versus Sanchez, both great boxers and movers. Yeah, I favor Usyk though. I gotta favor Usyk with that. Frank Sanchez, I believe he had an injury when he fought Caballero, but it's not Caballero's problem. He went in there and handled his business, handled his marquee, as in biz, handled his show, as in biz. What's going on with you? Yo, Puro says, what up, Jay Roos? What up, Puro? Y'all go subscribe to Puro in the building, y'all. Puro. Yeah, that's my dude right there. Glad he came through. Giving shout outs to platforms that I watch. Puro knows his stuff. There's a lot of boxing platforms out there, and only a few of them really know what they're talking about. And Puro's one of them. He knows what he's talking about. DT3, the Boom Man, knows what he's talking about. Counterpunch Boxing News knows what he's talking about. And Boxing on the Edge and everybody I watch knows what they're talking about. Sometimes we may disagree on things here and there, but hey, they still make good points. And, you know, the big boys in pugilism can disagree without, you know, trying to slander and attack people. Flip Hergovich and Philip Hergovich and Frank Sanchez will become heavyweight champion of the world. Mark my words. Who you got? Shock or Robinson? Shock or Robinson? Who is that, Puro? I'm not really sure who you're talking about. Daniel Dubois versus Jovalov will be a very good future fight. Yeah, I haven't seen that much of Jovalov except for that Olympics with Richard Torres. Daniel Dubois versus, yeah, it would be a very good fight. It might be. I just don't know enough about that dude. So it'd be hard for me to really say, you know. And sometimes these amateur fighters that look like world beaters come to the pros and get their heads handed to them, like Jorge Luis Gonzalez back in the day. Remember that dude? Beat Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe in the Pan American Games, and then Riddick Bowe completely beat that dude senseless. Remember how Jorge had the bald head and like the Jerry curl thing in the back, and that thing was flying all over the place like a mop. Riddick kept him in the corner the whole fight and was just, that was funny, man. That's one of the funniest fights I've ever seen is Riddick Bowe versus Jorge Luis Gonzalez. Y'all need to check that out if you haven't seen it. And the trash talk leading up to it was hilarious too. Riddick Bowe said after the fight, I'm gonna have him wishing he was back in Cuba. I was like, wow, you gonna be trying to head back over there, huh, Riddick? Shout out to Riddick Bowe. Big Daddy Bowe. I was a Lennox Lewis guy, but Riddick made the division. Pretty exciting, man. Yes, he did. He owned the Amy's back in the day. Ricardo Williams 2 rematch for Saturday. Oh man, I'm sorry, Puro. I'm just not up to speed on them dudes. I'm gonna have to check them out though. Yeah, man, I'm not up to speed on them. These Eastern Euro heavyweights need to go pro earlier instead of taking punches for free in amateurs. Yeah, man. Exactly. You take all them punches, and then by the time you get to 10 fights in the pros, your head's already hurting. Did you guys see that Regis Prograis fight the other night? I only saw the highlights, but from what I saw, looked like a pretty entertaining fight. I understand Devin Haney was talking trash about Prograis after the fight, talking about he ruined his career and made it easier for Catterall, whatever his name is. For the 130 championship. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't know much about those lower divisions, man. I'm gonna have to up my game. See, Puro knows what he's talking about. Like I said, y'all go subscribe to Puro. I just mainly deal with the heavyweights and Terrence Crawford, but Puro knows his stuff. Who wins, Prime Riddick Bowe or Prime Ike Abuchi? Ooh, tough one, tough one, tough one. Let me think about that for a minute. Ike looks like he could still knock dudes out right now. President Ike. I'm gonna say Ike. I'm gonna say Ike because I think he takes a. Riddick Bowe had a pretty good chin though before Galata, but Ike, you never seen Ike out of shape. You've seen Riddick Bowe out of shape many times. In fact, in that second fight he had with Evander Holyfield, he wasn't in the best shape. Went the distance, but he wasn't in the best shape. So I'm gonna say Ike. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Ike on that one. He says Jack Cat is very overrated in my opinion. Oh, you think he's yeah, I kind of got that feeling too from what I saw. I thought he was kind of, he's decent, but I wouldn't say he's a future great like a lot of people are already saying. So I agree with that. Devin needs to stop talking and fight. He needs to quit crying to his therapist. Yeah, Devin Haney's looking pretty soft right now, man. Softer than a wet cotton ball, if you ask me. You don't sue another fighter. But dude beat you, he beat you. I don't care if he's on steroids and 5 different amino acid chains, man. You take your beating like a G and keep it pushing. Either get a rematch or stop whining, but don't sit there and take the dude to court. Even the judge threw that thing out. Probably made a paper airplane of it and threw it right out the window. Devin Haney, man. Since Bill Haney claims to be such a street dude, you think he would advise Devin to, hey, homie, that's not in the G code. You take your beating like a man. I was just watching a platform on YouTube, a guy named Hoodie from the Hood. He's from Southeast San Diego, like I am. He was from the Crip side, but he was talking about when a Lincoln Park dude kind of roughed him up when they were slap boxing, and it was a funny story. See, he took his whooping like a man. He didn't take him to court and say, well, you beat me up and you had a cast and on your arm and that was blocking my shots. No, you take it like a G. Unless, of course, you're not a G, Devin. Prime Mike Tyson versus Usyk. I got Tyson all day. Unless it goes past 5. If it goes past 5, Usyk. So maybe not all day. Puro says agreed. He alright. Yeah, he's alright. I'm not. Yeah, that's how I see it. I wasn't that impressed either. I mean, the Riddick Bowe who fought Evander Holyfield in the first fight versus Ike Abuchi. Yeah, I still got Ike though. Probably go the distance, but I got Ike. It probably would look a lot like the fight he had with Evander Holyfield, except I don't think Ike would have gone down because Ike is a bigger dude than Holyfield. And Ike is planning a comeback, y'all. comeback. He can do it. And Mike Tyson, speaking of comebacks, dude, that dude is looking ferocious, man. Jake is in trouble, dude. If this is legit, Jake is mincemeat. This is the last day of October, so next month, man. Next month. Next month, we got Jake Paul versus Iron Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is looking like the Hulk. I mean, there's an older gentleman that was watching Mike Tyson train, and he said, Mike, you look better than you did when you were 13. And he's not, you could tell he's one of them old school dudes that's not just talking. He really means that Mike is looking better than he's ever looked. He said Mike is training harder for this than he trained versus Lennox Lewis. Jake, you might want to pull out. He says, bro, all this is just promo. I am convinced Devin, Ryan are fighting. Fighting. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a weird situation going on with Devin and Ryan, man. I've never seen anything quite like it. There's some funny business going on with them samples with Ryan Garcia. To come out that late after the fight, that was bizarre. Razzle more like it. Yeah, man. It's been an excellent year for boxing. Yeah, man. Excellent year. Excellent year. And I think 2025 will be excellent too. I think it'll be an excellent year. Got to keep this momentum going. Facts. Weird era of boxing. Yeah, man. Yeah. Boxing is the theater of the unexpected, man. You never know what you're going to get. Never know what you're going to get. Can anyone imagine a hybrid cross mix between Terrence Crawford and Jerron Ennis, but he's a heavyweight boxer? Yeah, man, that would be insane, wouldn't it? I guarantee that guy would go undefeated. Probably in any era. Terrence Crawford is one of them throwback fighters. Certain fighters would just do good in any era, and certain fighters would only do good in this era. You know what I mean? All right then, J. Roos, stay up, brother. Peace. Hey, peace to you, Puro. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for dropping the comments and dropping some knowledge on your boy J. Roos. Let me know about fighters I don't know about. I gotta look them up. And yeah, man, y'all go subscribe. Like I said, to Puro. Great platform. Thunders Production says, peace, Puro. Keeping it thorough. J. Roos Theory After Dark. After dark, y'all. Keeping it real with my pugilism planet. Can you understand it? I saw who was it? I saw boxing the other night. Oh yeah, it was Bivol, and as many amateur fights as he has, like 300. He was making the mistake of doing the bow and arrow jab where you pull back your right when you throw a jab. Like you never do that. Floyd Mayweather was talking about that. He was saying Devin Haney was doing that. Got to keep this hand at home when you throw the jab. You should know that, Bivol. Maybe you would have won the fight. You should know that. So light that in there. What's up, y'all? Some J. Roos theory. Thought I'd put some light on the matter. With my G pose. What y'all talking about? But yeah, when you're punching, you never want to go throw it like that. Punch through the target, not at the target. Little boxing lesson from Jay Roos. Here you go. Don't want to give you guys too much. Bacoli versus Sam Peter. Who would? Ooh, Sam Peter was a tough dude, man. Stocky build, kind of had that Ray Mercer build. I'm gonna say Bacoli. Tough fight though. Could go either way. I love these matchups y'all come up with, man. Ray Mercer's one of them dudes that would done good in any era. Took a good punch, gave a good punch. Yeah. I thought you guys could hear me, but yeah. Sorry about that. It's a pool behind me. Wilder versus Douglas. I got Douglas. He throws better combos. Better combos. If you got caught with Wilder's right, might be good night. Ray Mercer would be champ in this era. Definitely so. You just tell he's tough looking at him. Ray Mercer versus Tua would be a war. I'm surprised those two never fought. I'm really surprised at that. Like I said, I think I turned the mic off. There's an exercise room in there. See that? Got a pool behind me. It's going down, y'all. Roos theory after dark. Yay. Certain fighters you just look at it, you're like, oh man, this dude's gonna be tough. Ray Mercer is one of them dudes. What about a hybrid cross mix between Inouye and Gervonta Davis, but as a heavyweight? Man, I think there's some heavyweights Tank Davis could probably knock out at his current weight, man. I really think that. Didn't Tank Davis get like a 900 on that boxing meter? That's crazy. I think AJ and them was getting like a 700. Oh yeah, I had muted it because there was a TV that was too loud, and I didn't want no problems with YouTube. Didn't want no smoke with YouTube, so I had to try to turn the sound down. State of the art remote I didn't even know how to use. Who would win, Ike Abeabuchi versus George Foreman, prime for prime? I got George. George Foreman, man. Like George said himself, he knew how to damage your brain when he hit you. I could punch, but not like Mr. Foreman. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there kicking back, talking to my pugilism planet out there. I really appreciate you guys for the support you've shown me through the years. I started this platform way back in 2017, the seventh month. Still here, got over 1,000 videos, got playlists, boxing, uh, West Coast stories. Go check that out. Got some funny stories over there. And I just appreciate all you guys. I've done live streams with Andrew Tucker, Boxing Wave, um, Counterpunch Boxing News. Me and Kurt went live once. Me and Boxing on the Edge, I had him on, and he posted it on his platform too. I'm gonna try to get a guy whose platform is called Your Boy in the Bunker over across the pond. He knows a lot about boxing. I like his channel, so I want to get him on too. I want to get the pugilist specialist on, Lennox Lewis. I want to get him on. Ray Mercer would be great. David Toole would be great. I would love to get Jim Lampley on, man. Jim Lampley. We could really use his voice back in the sport. I understand he's kind of getting involved, but I want him doing broadcasting like he used to do. It's all love, bro. Salute. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, Thunders Productions. Can anyone imagine Muhammad Ali was a southpaw heavyweight boxer. I believe he used to switch up sometimes, like Terrence Crawford does from time to time. I believe he switches up or switched up sometimes. Being a southpaw can leave you off balance, so sometimes. So I wouldn't, if I was boxing, I wouldn't really switch up. There's a time to do it, and there's a time not to do it. Like when didn't Dillian White try that against Tyson Fury? Didn't accomplish anything by doing that. I was like, what is Dillian doing? Y'all go subscribe to Thunder's Productions out there. And read your scriptures so you know what's going on in the world. You're not caught off guard by any propaganda. So what's going on with y'all? If y'all want to ask any questions, go ahead and ask them, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Or if you can't think of them now, write them in the comments after the live stream is done, and I'll try to answer them in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Roos. Go subscribe to Roos. I would still like to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Yeah, man. They got to make that happen. They got to make that happen, man. It would be a major disappointment if those two never got in the ring. Thunder's Production says I'm just working my night shift job, so I can really engage so I can't really engage as much. Oh yeah, I totally understand, man. Yeah, I know what that's like. I feel you on that. Y'all subscribe to us so we can get that YouTube money. Hit that Cash App up. What y'all doing up this late though? I'm just out and about handling business. Probably get me something to eat when I get off of here. I hope Kamala Harris wins. Not me, man. Nah, I can't rock with her. She goes against everything the scriptures stand for. And from what I understand, she's responsible for locking up a lot of black men, some innocent. One guy sued her or sued the state or something. He was locked up for like 15 years. They found out he's innocent. Now he's a millionaire because he sued him. He said Kamala was laughing at him in the court. So I can't rock with her or, you know, the old dude she was with. That 94 crime bill was crazy. I can't rock with no Democrats, man. I call them Democrats. Most black folks ain't rocking with Kamala either because she didn't even claim to be, from what I understand, didn't claim to be black. She was more with the East Indian thing. Now all of a sudden she's black. And have you seen her when she gets in front of black folks? She throws on the black scent, trying to cater to that crowd. Her and Hillary were both saying about the same things to the crowd. It's actually insulting. I can't rock with any world leader and doesn't have faith in Yahweh. Yeah, absolutely. I can't go with anybody that's so anti-scripture. I just can't do it. My conscience would condemn me like you wouldn't believe. And I'm not gonna just vote for somebody because they say they black. How many black cops back in the day beat up black men? Are you gonna say he's a good cop because he was black? Because he's putting a billy club to your dome piece? What do you like about? Um, I just think he was at least willing to listen to Ice Cube when Ice Cube had a plan. He was at least willing to meet with them when the other side wouldn't. And he talked about giving black folks $1 billion, even if he didn't intend on doing it. He's the only one that talked about it. And it doesn't make sense to me when people blame this dude for all the wrongs in America. This dude was in office for 4 years. People like Biden and Harris been career politicians in there for 40 years plus probably, and they want to blame, Donald for everything. I don't agree with everything he says, but you know, if he's not uh, trying to be a dictator, then you know, it gets deep, man. It gets deep. There's only certain things I can say on here because YouTube is sensitive about that kind of stuff. You get too political on YouTube and you find yourself censored, notifications not going out. And y'all stop believing the media. Look into stuff for yourself. When the media is all going one way, that's a red flag. But I've been on here for longer than an hour, so I guess I'm gonna call it a night as far as being live. Guess I'll get me something to eat shortly. Thank you for coming through. Put Yahweh, Yeshua first, and everything will work out. LSR forever. Hit up that Cash App If you wish to support the J Roos theory, it's $JROOS33 on Cash App, J Roos 33. Peace to Thunders Productions. Everybody that came through. Puro, appreciate y'all. LSR forever and be fearless. Yay.